why, of all the high quality content that they have, would they post this clip on YouTube? Ladies and gentlemen, comrades, welcome to episode 10 of the Quamfy Show. It's a little bit different today. I am in Portugal. I'm on a holiday. So I do have a background on, but there are some palm trees at the Atlantic Ocean, a couple of meters behind me, which is really nice. I'm also outside because the kids are inside. Apologies for audio discrepancies and poor video quality, etc. In advance may occur. We did our best to optimize as much as possible. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting episode. We haven't prepared that much. We're going to go through the news events, what's been up last week. I'm going to use the Quant Library link in the description as a guide, but mostly it will probably be about a lot of entities talking about interoperability, talking CBDCs. There's a ton of news on all these different parties wanting to jump on tokenization in many shapes and forms, which is truly interesting that is actually taking off. And yeah, we'll no doubtedly be covering those topics. And, all is well here. It's nice weather, 25 degrees. Just got out of the swimming pool. It's an hour earlier here than it is in the Netherlands. So for Tim, this is regular time. For me, it's an hour early. I'm going to go out to dinner after this recording. So yeah, living the Quamfy lifestyle. Didn't know I was going to Portugal 2 weeks ago. And, we decided then, like, fuck, let's just take a plane and go. So here we are, also doing a little bit of reconnaissance to see maybe for the future, maybe acquire some property here. There's a lot of different regions with a lot of different pros and cons, which is interesting because if you're going to go house shopping, you want to know what it looks like on the ground. So, I mean, we're not there yet. We're just a pump or two away. But yeah, all good here. How is life on your end, Tim? King's Day, you survived. No new scars?
No new scars indeed. Well, life is pretty good on my side. We have these weird weeks here in the Netherlands with a lot of national holidays. So it means like that my working weeks are kind of interrupted with like those bank holidays every now and then. So we had King's Day last week. It was pretty good. Had a fun little party in Utrecht. Just enjoyed life. Utrecht, indeed. This weekend I was at the cup final of Ajax against PSV.
Right.
Also pretty fun. Just did some fun stuff on my side. Didn't really think about crypto that much. I saw some people anticipating a pump, apparently. I saw the T8 gods anticipating a pump, and now we are going down again. So we'll see how that plays out. It keeps fascinating me.
That folk, man, they keep coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
and just following sentiment. I feel that most of them don't even know how TA works. My son is here behind the sliding door. He's banging with a hairbrush against the window, trying to get my attention. Sorry.
Small away.
Yeah. No, but it just seems like whenever the sentiment sways, somebody comes up. This could be bullish because we got this and this formation, blah blah. And then 2 days later, I told you like 3 weeks ago we're gonna go down first. It's super annoying, and it's always the same people, right? If you look at their message history, they're not sharing anything unless something significant happens, and then they have the cards right for the coming weeks.
Yeah, and we both know who we're talking about, but you notice it in more groups. And every time the sentiment is all going in one direction and we were hitting the negatives or the positives, they come out of the woodworks. It's fascinating. But yeah.
Now, by the way, right, on the TA side of things, by now people should fucking realize there is no way to trade crypto right now, because the liquidity is not there. If you look at Quant for the last week, I think it is what, 16 mil trading volume. I believe our average, our low average was about 20-25 usually. So that's what, 20% down?
Yeah.
So
I agree with you. Yeah.
If you want to trade this, I think you're just, there's my daughter opening the door. Look at what I'm doing here. Hoi schat. Yeah, there was something in between the door, because the door is a sliding door and my charging cable is moving there. So if somebody closes the door too hard, my cable snaps and then everything is pretty much fucked. So the other's now fumbling, trying to get something in between. Yeah, it all worked out. So welcome to the Quamfy Show. Yeah. So trying to trade this and trying to look at the triangles and stuff. I mean, it has not been working for at least the last year and a half, 2 years. I mean, in the bull market, probably because there are so many people looking for something to grab onto. But right now, there are so many variables and so many factors that come into play, and there's just no liquidity. So if somebody wants to counter trade a certain triangle or whatever, they could just screw it all up. Look at Bitcoin. What, we were 30, then we were 25, then we were 28, now we're 26. It's just manipulation all over again. And the algorithms and the bots, everybody's talking chat GPT, but we're still trying to do our own math. So yes, we're using chat GPT to predict or to tell us about how wonderful Quant is. But we don't realize that those same algorithms are being used to counter your trades that you do with your simple brain that just can do one thing at a time. It's fascinating. I think anyway.
Indeed,
over.
I think during bull markets, indeed, people tend to believe, well, like it's a reinforcing psychology, right? So it's a self-confirmation, right? So everyone believes in it, so it will happen. But now, it's much more difficult. And I think we will see a bottom at some point, but the point we've literally bottomed, you cannot tell that when it happened. It might have very well already happened at this point. I think June last year was the absolute bottom. Gone back at $40. But if you see how much uncertainty there is now, also with another bank collapsing in the United States, I think First Republic Bank has collapsed. So that's the third one.
Yeah, I read something about
so many variables here in place. And timing it is difficult. But again, I think we're doing kind of fine. If you look
go
at
with
Quant,
time in the market, not time in the market, just DCA if you're in Quant.
Exactly, and also the people who have influence over the price action of Quant, so that the whales, they are losing influence over time because they are losing the amount of QNT they have. Same happened with Leox today. I think 20,000 Leox was dumped to the market. It dropped to like 35 euro cents. That was already recovering, and those people they lose their influence, right? So might not be too bad after all. That surprised me. We might have a short look on Coingecko and
I feel impotent. I have only one screen. I do not have the bandwidth to share anything. I am right now on the 5G of my phone as a hotspot because the Wi-Fi here is utter shit. And depending on how many people are streaming porn right now, the bandwidth fluctuates, which is terrible. So I am not in a position to share screens or do stuff, and it feels odd. Like I said, it feels impotent. If I would have known what that feels like, but let's not go there. Tim.
Yeah, I'm going to share my screen.
I'll just take another sip of my cocktail while Tim saves me from embarrassing myself any further.
Okay, it's going to be fun. Okay, we are currently looking at Coingecko. I logged in using the Quamfy Show account that we have, apparently. Or not, I'm not even sure. Then I'm going to switch it Shall I switch it to dollars? Let's do that. Let's switch it to Burger tokens. Oh yeah. Okay, so apparently Bitcoin is around $28,000 at the moment. If you look at the past 7 days, we pumped.
Can you click it? Can you show the past 14 or 30 days?
Sure, yeah.
Because what's interesting is if
yeah, so this is the past 24 hours, a gradual decline. If you look at the past 7 days, well, we moved up a little bit and peaked here around 29.
It's not a little bit.
30.
We went from 27.5 to close to 30, and then it's declined down.
That's failed to break 30, and then tried multiple times, was rejected, and now we're going down. But if you look at the past 14 days,
it tested 33 times now, right?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, apparently some time ago it was already at 30. I forgot, honestly.
Somebody fell asleep, probably. Forget to dump it.
Yeah, we're kind of going sideways if you put it in this perspective. Past 90 days.
Well, from 22 to 27.5. Imagine
that's
having a couple of hundred of those. That's not sideways, man.
No,
pretty good, actually.
Past 180 days, we are definitely up. Past year.
Yeah. So we doubled in under 80 days on Bitcoin for what it's worth.
Yeah, actually. Indeed. Let's get back.
Let's get back to the real number one of the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, actually, let's have a look at ETH for a bit.
Yeah, let's have a look at it.
I think ETH has done pretty well past month. Oh, actually, it was higher.
Tim is a counter indicator on the TA side today.
Yeah, well, okay. So ETH has been climbing gradually, and now it's kind of going sideways. It's not too interesting, but they've done.
There's a slight recovery on everything, at least in the past 6 months, right?
XRP, let's not even talk about it. It's just eternal pain.
That's so funny to me, right? We talked about this in Dutch, we spoke about this in English. But if you look at XRP, when I got into QNT in 2020, XRP was around 27, 28 cents. And the guy that told me to buy XRP made me actually look into different things, got me to find QNT, etc. You know the story. But QNT was what, 4 or 5 euros back then.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, man, XRP is going to do, God knows what, I forgot. Like, no, you should get into XRP. Okay. So I didn't, obviously. But XRP right now is 45 cents. So it barely did a 2x since then. Link is even worse because Link, we looked at them and they are still the same price as they were in 2020.
Yeah. Yeah, Link is pretty. Where are they even? Oh, here, 21.
Yeah, they're sad.
Man. Oh, this is. If
you look at Max, here they look back at 2020 July.
10th of May 2021. That was their peak at like $50, and they've.
And July 2020 they were also $6-7. Dollars. It's just sad to be honest, but yeah.
And then back to us. Hey, we moved up some. I think last week we're like ranked 45. Now we're 39. It's not too bad. Last week, well, we moved up. The TA gods came out of the woodwork to tell us we were going to pump, and now we are gradually declining again. But in all fairness, if you look at the past 30 days, it's kind of a gradual decline. Past 90 days, it's we're kind of going sideways in a way.
Yeah, are we going for the slow bleed like we did in 2021, and then just fucking
but over the past year,
everything?
We are up. If you look at it over the past year, we are up a little bit.
Just a dash.
Yeah.
Well, was it at the FTX Luna?
Oh, for
disaster?
sure. Yeah. This was the time of FTX. So for the people who are not viewing or listening, well, this time last year. Is it
already a year ago?
Yeah. So like on the 1st of May last year, we were around $100 roughly, and then during the month of May and in June, we dumped all the way back to 40. And then we managed to recover, and then had this crazy little peak in October, and now we're kind of going sideways in between those.
Can you put it on log and then put it on max?
Of course. Yeah, it's just
up only. No, not
up only. It's kind of up only.
Yeah. Oh, we're pretty much sideways on log right now, right? So we got the big spike in September 2021, and
it's not too bad for you.
I still believe in the 10x from all-time high thing, because if you look in somewhere, where was that? July 18th was 40 cents. Then July 19 we were 4. Then we went to 40. Then we went to 400.
Yeah. You might now as well go to 1K above. And it looks like it. And honestly, there are very good arguments for that.
Yeah.
So I think we might have a little look at the Quant Library. I'm not even sure what has been going on. I haven't really... This is one of the things I say every week, but it's consistently true. However, before we do that, we must say one thing that springs to mind. It was 2 weeks ago, we were talking about this thing called the UMU, the Universal Monetary Unit.
Oh, yeah.
And I think we need to say something about it, and we cannot ignore that.
Yeah.
So I dropped that video in, I dropped the Quamfy Show in Quamfy Lounge, and Jeff responded that apparently UMU might very well be a scam. And there was a certain person on Twitter, and he gave some more arguments for why that might be the case. I think we might have a little look at it, or is it sufficient to say, hey, it's in the description? And
no, we can have a look at it. What I want to underscore is this, right? Because oftentimes we find some news and we do our best to look at a decent source, as we said also in that episode. But like most YouTubers, we also want to be early. We like to have scoops as well, and we also get excited. The source we used, never used it before, but it seemed as if what was said at that IMF event, it seemed possibly legit, right? So we shared, we analyzed to the best of our ability with the information that we had. We can be wrong, right? And the same goes for other YouTubers. There's always a risk of people simply rehashing information that other people had. There was also an interesting thing today about the US dollar and the de-dollarization. And if you look at the news and you look at the date that it's published, you can see that vast majority of the publications were roughly the same day, like 1, 2, 3 days in between. Means that, I mean, journalism is dead, right? There's almost no real journalists anymore. Most people just rehash,
copy and paste.
Other people's info, and give it their own little twist. And the bolder the statements, the more it gets copied. So we are also not immune to this. We do our best. Sometimes we miss a dot, and in this case, we potentially did. I still think that there is a very, very good possibility that also in the light of the de-dollarization, that the IMF will come with a motion to introduce their own, how do you say, global reserve in a way, simply because in the international world that we are in right now, right? How do you say that? Everything is intertwined. Everybody trades with each other.
Like in this globalized
it feels
world
like an unfair advantage for one country to have so much power as the global reserve, as the dollar, right?
Yeah.
And the same with gold. I mean, we all know who owns most gold. I think we know. I'm not going to make any statements on that, but that's not evenly distributed. And the same goes for dollars. And I think an IMF coin based on whatever global currencies, averaging that out would be a very nice way to keep stability within the system. Anyway,
Yeah.
Tim, your screen.
Yeah, of course. So Jeff shared this this tweet from is called
Krippenreiter.
Krippenreiter. Is apparently a German dude, German American. Not financial advice, perpetual education, all deal. That's his bio. You can check that out. Anyways, so he posted this tweet regarding the Yumu situation, and it reads a lot of hashtags. Let's read through the website and conduct some research before leaping to a conclusion on this Yumu news. So
will
did
this
the
be
IMF
the end of XRP? I'm done.
did the IMF make any comments regarding TCMA, and will this be the end of XRP? Let's find out in this. Okay, so he might be biased indeed in XRP. I think he is biased. Anyways, he provides some tweets here. On first of all, this news that we extensively covered in our previous episode. But he's also going through he's doing his due diligence on all the people behind the project, and then it reads that the founder is working.
I'm done. I just looking at this page, right? Scroll up a bit.
Yeah.
Founder working on Unicorn since 2013, yet LinkedIn says 2018. Just 2 employees. No, just 2 employees on LinkedIn. They refer themselves as a business, yet there's no registered corporate structure. You don't know the name of the structure. There's no visible white paper. No one cares. There's no contact page. No one cares. There's no terms of use. No one cares because there's no no page, no legal risk. If this is just a thing that's still being created, I don't find all these things really compelling, to be honest. Not saying that he's not right, but what does this mean? I mean, if you look at Quant, the website, if you look at Overledger, you're not going to find all these things on Overledger either. Nothing recent. So, it's yeah. I mean, it could very well be a scam, right? I think we addressed that in a way.
Yeah, well, let's
on that episode. Yeah, go.
Yeah, well, at least however you look at it, there are some red flags, and probably saying it's a scam might be too short-sighted, but blindly following the news might also be short-sighted here. So be aware of the situation. I think it's a bit of a waste of time to go through everything extensively.
We're just going to link it. You can read it if you want.
And will be the end of XRP. So XRP has no future. So
and then you do a poll on Twitter with mostly XRP followers.
He
did do one thing very well in that poll. Can you go to that poll?
Of course.
This is wonderful, right? Creating a good multi-choice poll. Go down a bit. Yeah. A lot of people just want to know what are the answers. So he has to show me the results thing, which is wonderful because you can see this is 1/3 of the voters. They don't give a shit. They just want to see what other people voted. And this actually made a good poll. Because in this regard, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Tim, you know how difficult it is to make a proper questionnaire, right?
Mm-hmm.
Making a multiple choice question is not easy. Asking a good question is not easy. This is clever. This is really clever. Yeah. Now, but I mean, what are we talking about here? If this would really become a thing, I'm not sure if there would be so much information online already. Could be, but it could also very well be that we're talking different UMUs, different unicorns. I haven't read the thread, to be honest, so I'm actually should not be calling on this.
No. Yeah, but honestly, apparently it's sketchy, but I don't really know. I haven't done my research, and I want to keep out of it. Honestly, it just was something worth mentioning, and
so take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah. Okay. So that is it for Yumu.
We'll be watching you.
Yeah. Okay. Let's me rearrange my screens on my side because, well, this is the Quamfy Show and we haven't prepared. No, I did prepare, but I didn't. Okay. I think what might be very interesting content is to just briefly look at Quant Library, see what's up there.
Yeah.
It's just going to be my hypothesis. What makes me believe that it's all going to be Quant tweets of the past week and all these
There were
events
some
they've attended.
interesting things, right?
But there are some interesting things we can point out, and also in general, there are some things we can talk about, because I think in Dutch, for example, we did talk about the QNT YouTube, QNT HQ YouTube, that's live now.
Yeah.
We haven't
Quant,
addressed that
Quant
in English.
HQ.
I think
Not QNT, Quant HQ.
Quant HQ. Yeah, Quant HQ. Yeah. Have we talked about this?
No.
No, we didn't.
No, because that crossed our episode when we recorded.
Oh, yeah.
So they actually uploaded 2 videos, and I'm not sure if there's new videos on there already.
Let's go to YouTube and
because that was one of the fun things, and one of the things that occurred after the purge, right? There was this purge after the Carlo Calista incident, and they just nuked their Medium, they nuked their YouTube, and now it's back. And what's cool, to me at least, the child's hand is easily filled, is they even made playlists. They made playlists, so they are organizing their videos. And one video is
sure.
30 and all white trust will always be pivotal to CBDCs, and that's on central bank digital currencies, the playlist. And the other one is on Overledger, and that's their introductory video to Overledger. Maybe you want to show that?
Sure, we can have a brief look at it.
Remember to turn on audio and put it on stereo. By the way, I will do my best, because I'm still in Portugal right now. I'll be traveling back on Wednesday. I'll do my best to get a highlight video up for Wednesday. Not sure if that will work, but this episode, as you can probably see, will be on Thursday, and then you will already also know if the highlight video would be up. So I'm not sure why I'm saying this. I'm getting my time confused again. Yeah, should I grab another cocktail?
I think it's just put it on stereo.
Yeah, wonderful. Introducing Overledger.
Okay, it's always going to be this moment of truth, right?
Yeah, and I'll be AFK for a second.
Sure. So this is a brief clip that they put out on Overledger, and I think it describes it perfectly. So here we go.
Blockchain is spurring a revolution in the way we create, record, and trade value. Its benefits, security, transparency, efficiency, can be applied to areas as diverse as payments, capital markets, and supply chains. That's why assets of all kinds are being tokenized on blockchains, making their ownership immutable, their provenance traceable, and their use manageable. The potential is enormous, but every blockchain is complex and creates a different walled garden of connections and functionality. Today, the decentralized world of blockchain is made up of closed environments, limiting liquidity and leading to increased risk and lost opportunity. Every digital asset must be created specifically for each chain, demanding dedicated developer skills, which are hard to find, time-consuming to master, and expensive to develop. Overledger Platform from Quant establishes a new benchmark for blockchain interoperability and ease of use. As a low-code enterprise-grade platform, Overledger empowers you to deploy, connect, and develop on any blockchain quickly and simply. With Overledger, you can generate an interoperable digital asset with just a few clicks, create secure smart contracts that can execute on any blockchain without having to hire a team of experts. And you can use its advanced APIs to integrate with your systems and manage your assets on multiple chains. We believe that the blockchain economy should be simple, trusted, and future-proof. These are our principles and the genesis of Overledger Platform, the enterprise standard for building on blockchain.
Great.
Yes.
So, yeah, this video just summarizes.
There's
perfectly
so
right.
much there, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I think all the knowledge we have and all the knowledge we gathered in the past 4 years and is kind of briefly summarized in this video. And sure, we all know all the in-depths, but it touches on every single aspect. And that's so nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I love how they use the Quamfy Show colors to illustrate. We got the orange and black first. But now, the way they tell the story, the way how they point out the problems that they aim to solve, like from a micro to a macro, right? And where the solutions lie and how they provide it. I think a 2-minute video could be too long, right? But the way they tell the story and they use the music and the animations, even now that I watch it for like the 4th or 5th time, it's still cool. It's still impressive, and it still gives a tingle in some way, shape, or form. I think they did that very, very well.
Yeah.
And if we look at how they then market it, right, this Overledger platform, which is wonderful because that means that it is so much more. I know when I got into Quant, thinking that Overledger was just Overledger like Word, right? But Overledger is not Word. Overledger is Office. Hell, it's probably Windows. And there are so many possibilities and there are so many angles that they can tackle and are tackling. Because even though the focus right now is in CBDCs, it seems, you see the people that they mingle with right now and they retweet and talk about, they are simultaneously also retweeting and talking a lot about tokenization. And Overledger is more than evidently qualified to provide stuff for that as well, right? With the QRC 721 and the QRC 20. So
they do just
what right now is all the hype. To be honest, Overledger is all the hype, isn't it?
It is.
Because the hype is CBDCs, the hype is tokenization. And this video covers it all, and I think they did that very well. I'm curious to see what else they'll do with their YouTube.
Yeah.
I go.
No, I think they might be posting some panel discussions, for example, or indeed these kind of product showcases.
Yeah, we just need to remind them. We just need to keep reminding them to upload YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Because us DJs love this, but. What's also interesting is that there's no link to their YouTube on their website, right? And they describe their website as the single source of truth. But that is their business billboard. And to me, this feels kind of like it's their degen outlet in a way.
Yeah, I think maybe
it's not per se.
Well, I think is that you kind of need a YouTube channel if you are uploading videos that you want to have, that you want to show.
It's a wonderful way to share and to store content for free, right?
Yeah.
And it gets indexed for free.
Yeah.
And if you do it well, it gets promoted for free. So in that sense, it makes sense.
Yeah. What I noticed when we discussed
they changed
this, so what I noticed, past week, we discussed all this on the Dutch episode. So
yeah,
we had all the Carlo Calista FUDs and all Quant deleting their YouTube channel, deleting as in the channel always existed, it just deleted the content.
Yeah,
but they kind of rebranded the channel name into Quant HQ. And the country of residence, or at least the country they're based in, was Switzerland. But now it is the United Kingdom. So they changed that.
Yeah.
Which is kind of an interesting detail for some reason.
So they are moderating this. That's cool. Can you take it back to the homepage?
Of course.
The banner. Can you go to videos? There's no, okay, so this remains the banner. There's no, can you click on Quant itself, the word Quant?
Nothing happens.
No, higher? Does it bring you to their own? No. Because we got that pretty banner and we got all the links and stuff.
But it does link to their websites.
Yeah.
And their LinkedIn and Twitter.
But the Quant YouTube, if you go to the Quamfy Show YouTube, you see our banner and then you see the introductory video. Can you remove the Quant in the search bar? I'm curious what their landing page on YouTube looks like.
Of course.
So if you remove this, no, it doesn't change the thing. Is this then their entire page? Because this is the about. Can you go to home? So they don't have a trailer. They don't have a banner.
No, it's just plain videos which were out here.
Interesting. Okay.
Well, I think this was the interesting part. One of the other things that came from Quant itself was Overledger 2.229, so 2.229. You might have a brief look at that. I think I saw it a couple of days ago. This brief release. I'm also writing and doing my stuff in the background. There we go.
Might have missed that.
Yeah, well, you are on holidays. Let me dedox my screen for a bit. I'm also organizing everything in between.
I'm losing light and I'm also losing resolution and frame rates. It's interesting.
Okay. Quant developers doing everything at the same time here.
I had a haircut here, by the way. It did really well. I was amazed that the guy was like fucking clipping and cutting for like almost the better part of 15 minutes. And he charged me only 15 euros. I was like, what? So
that's great.
I gave him an extra $5, but it's crazy because if you go to a barber shop in the Netherlands and the way they treated my hair and they trimmed my eyebrows and my beard, in the Netherlands you pay at least 40, 50, I think. It's crazy cheap.
Yeah.
Crazy cheap.
Okay, so this is I just clicked on it, and it is a
technical release.
There are no API features or modifications or anything. It's just this. Not too exciting. Yeah.
H1, Tim. The meme. H1 squared.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? What do you think? Because right now it's May 1st. So if I'm not mistaken, they are sunsetting or is that gone now? The old developer.quant.network. And are we now on a trial for connect.quant.network? Is that now the only thing? I forgot.
I don't know. The other thing I know is that kind of things coincide. But yeah, we'll have to see how that plays out. Really, I don't really know.
No. I don't want to end it here because there's a 2-month trial.
Yeah, sure.
For people that were using the developer.quant.network, and I believe that is starting right now because I remember that will end on July 1st, i.e., the end of H1 or the end of Q2. And I believe there was a transitional period, right? That they're sunsetting the developer.quant.network and that people had to transit to connect.quant.network. What do you think, if anything, will happen on July 1st? Because then the trial ends, and I know we already made predictions in the past regarding trials and free periods and stuff like that.
I think we will just see. So what exactly is the trial about? So what can we try for free right now? I'm not sure. I know that things are on trial, but what kind of service is it?
Yeah, I think you can play around with the tokenization services.
Okay.
I think you can play around. I think you get a bunch of free credits.
Well, I think
I'm trying to log in right now with my with my old thing. With my not my old with my account.
Yeah, okay, but that makes sense. So like we did discuss the entire part about Quant moving towards this credit economy, right? In their internal, like on their platform, and then you can buy credits using Quant, and that led us.
Oh lol! They changed the logo for Google Authenticator. I was like, what? It's my authenticator. Yeah, they changed the logo.
That is another discussion. I think they did that a couple of months ago, and now people are logging into. I think it's like Google Drive, thinking they're entering Gmail because those Google designers thought that everything had to look the same. Anyway, with those credits, we came to this conclusion, at least, or this calculation, that like a single Overledger transaction costs around 4 cents. So I know what we're talking about. What I think is going to happen is that nothing will happen, or at least that we will get some kind of new update, and that the free trial period ends. I think that's the most likely scenario, but we don't know.
Hold on. Yeah, I'm not going to share my screen and
No, I get it.
Fuck around with stuff.
But also might happen is that things go out of the. Oh.
My plans. It reads a trial, and I have 33 days left on my trial.
Yeah.
Which is different. And they have like this thing like digital currencies, carbon credits. There was this there was this thing with the thing. Like I cannot remember for the life now. While we are here, by the way, it's the ocean is there. I'm sure you can see it, probably not.
We can't.
And the ocean is also there.
Yeah.
It's a shitty camera. It's like the size of a freaking pin. So imagine that if you can get my fat face in there.
But it works. It's working.
It's working.
Yeah, but I think the most likely scenario that we'll see is that simply the trial period ends, but at least some things might get out of the testing stage and entering full production. But hey, it's speculation. We don't know. But also very well that we get fireworks and gateways.
When Latin American dollar, Tim?
Somewhere later this year. But it might also well go kind of unnoticed at first until someone notices that it happened, right? This is one of those things that might very well already be in production. Well, I mean, it's live, but it might be that we kind of a soft launch where things just kind of drop. We don't notice. And
that's what my wife calls it.
Yeah.
The soft launch.
Yeah. Hey, but we'll have to see. I don't know. Can we finally? Peace. Shall we finally go into Quant Library and see what's up there?
Yeah, I go.
Okay. What would be the final port?
That's what she calls it as well.
Jeez. What's in the?
I should. This is, by the way, this is white rum and gin with 7-Up light.
Yeah.
And then we have like these little Crawford Safety Tubs, very concentrated syrup things for flavorings for water.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I call cocktail here in the apartment. Anyway, Quant Library.
Let me. Yeah. This is the thing, right? Because I don't want to dox myself too much, so I have to open everything.
Slide all your chats to the left. Then you only see the logos.
Yeah. Let me do that real quick here. Pull this out. Oh yeah. Ah, this is perfect.
It's good enough. It's not perfect. It's good enough. Unless people already know.
Yeah.
I like that all the buildings are white here. Some are even colored with blue or with some terracotta orange or red. I like that. In the Netherlands, everything is the fucking same. Well, technically everything's the same here as well, more or less.
Yeah,
It's
no,
more
I
fancy.
mean, yeah, obviously the Mediterranean is just a great region in general. It's the
Yeah.
reason why Hollywood is located where it's at, because that region, at least that latitude, has the best lighting.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's the reason why all those the entire film scene is based there. I'm not sure how that works with Bombay. I mean, like with Bollywood though, but apparently that's one of the main reasons. So the Mediterranean light, that latitude is the best. Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay.
That's something I feel I should have known.
Yeah, well, it's one of those fun facts. But if you look at the lighting, it's amazing, man. It's I just love how the lighting is. Everything looks better there in that region of the world. I'm not sure why, but everything looks just. Yeah, they have amazing lights. Okay, so yeah, we have the Quant Library here. Apparently there's some kind of panel on CBDC. No, wait. Some kind of panel. The International Conference of Blockchain and Crypto. Interesting.
Yeah, it's a
And I see a speaker
cross-chain
here.
WK workshop session 2, Friday, May 5th.
Yeah, and I see some people from Quant on implementing secure
Japan.
bridges, learnings
Asia,
from the
Dubai.
secure
Yeah.
asset transfer protocol. I see a lot of names I'm not familiar with.
Kjell Erik Marstein,
He's
Quant
from
Network,
Quant
United
Network.
Kingdom.
Alexandru Chiriak.
Alexandru Chiriak, we know that.
Okay, I didn't
Luke
know.
Riley, Quant
I know.
Network. Thomas Jarno, Gilbert Verdian.
That's nice.
So, okay. Implementing secure bridges. Can you open it up again? Because the topic was, kindly, re-click the image. Yeah, that one. So the topic is implementing secure bridges. Learning from the secure asset transfer protocol. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's being preceded by considering
chainless interoperability across many parachains.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's the noob way of interoperability.
Yeah, that's how you don't want to do it. Okay, so that's a panel that will be held. That's nice. And
Yeah.
it's on the 5th of May, so that is.
And the whole fucking
Friday?
team is there, right?
Yeah.
Well,
And it's
not
in
the whole
Dubai,
team.
apparently. Asia, Dubai. Oh, wow.
Oh,
Okay.
so that's why Gil's dumping tokens. He's going to Dubai.
Yeah.
He's not dumping tokens. I don't know.
And there's another, as always, there's this other tweet.
The benefits of tokenization will likely drive uptake, leaving behind expensive reconciliations and settlement failures, while embracing operational efficiencies, fractionalization, and accessibility to a wider range of participants, writes City.
Yeah.
Tai.
Yeah, well, they've been reposting that article quite a bit of times now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then there's another tweet on what tokenization and what you can do with carbon capture and stuff and those mechanisms. Okay.
Yeah, and that's also connected to Quant Connect, right? They're promoting their carbon thingamadoos. What sits there as well? Carbon credits.
Sure if I'm familiar with this.
Just open it.
Yeah, I'm gonna open it here. Oh,
It's a
sorry.
trusted link.
No, it. Sorry. I'm gonna open it.
I
here.
know what you feel, brother. am I doxing myself?
Well, I did, but that's an Easter egg. I'm not even sure.
Now
I did earlier this episode, but I'm not even sure what that is.
people will be scrolling back. People are savages like that.
Okay, so we have a video, apparently.
Video!
Oh, but this is the video that was posted on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, I might as well show it.
Yeah, okay, so it's the tweet reads, do you know why CBDCs will provide more choice to customers of commercial banks? Thanks to the additional functionality that programmability will enable. Programmable money is an opportunity for commercial banks to take the lead. Okay, that's interesting. Let's play this video real quick. Are all my settings all right? I think so. Here we go.
So on the programmability side, central banks really are not interested in conditional payments, restrictive payments, and using programmability for privacy purposes and looking at how people spend their money. That's not the mission of central banks. That they are there to ensure the policies are in place and the system is resilient and make the right calls in terms of interest rates, etc. The onus is actually on commercial banks to make sure they comply with those policies, and all the AML, KYC, all the regulatory requirements that have around fraud protection, consumer protection, deposit protection will be the same for CBDC as it is for cash.
Exactly. Tim, I am so glad you brought this up, because this is also the clip that they put on the YouTube, right?
Yeah, they did.
And this is interesting. And my thesis is that the YouTube is for the fucking degens, for us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for the semi-retarded, drooling crypto gamblers. And why, of all the high quality content that they have, would they post this clip on YouTube? Because of all the tinfoil hat-wearing motherfuckers claiming that the central bank wants to know where you spend your money.
But I do.
They don't give a shit. Truly, they could not care less. And yes, that's the way you say it. They couldn't care less. Why? Why would they want to know what you are up to? To control you. They already have the planes spraying all the stuff for that, so they don't need CBDC, right? So get the privacy stuff just out of your brain, right? The CBDC is not going to track you. They don't care how you spend. They already know how you spend your money because you click yes for every single fucking cookie. You most likely have an add-on, so you don't have to click on OK for cookies, so it accepts it automatically.
I think this fragment indeed mainly was just posted as a form of reassurance, and they will have to post it over and over and over again.
Exactly. So central banks are there to make sure that the economy remains stable. Whatever you think about it, whatever your judgment is on how they perform their policies, looking at the Fed, looking at the ECB, whatever they do is in the best interest of the economy. Let's just
yeah.
I mean, that's their mission. That's their goal. They probably couldn't even see what you're doing because of all the commercial banks being in between, right? So the CBDCs are meant mostly for making everything more convenient, making everything more transparent, making everything more controllable. And I know that the word control makes some of you guys' hairs stand up, but it's like the same as you will owe nothing and you will be happy. Most of you guys just don't understand what it means. You don't understand. You misinterpret. You interpret with bias. You have no fucking clue in general what is going on. and not owning anything. Oh, ooh, no, we will just be renting everything. And it's the same with the control for the central bank. If you think they are not in control right now, well, newsflash, they are. And that's the whole point of the central bank, right? They need to be in control. They need to be in control of the money, because that is how our entire economy is being sustained. There's always this give and take principle. And CBDCs, that's the entire fucking, and that's why they exist, and that's why they are there, and that's why we are not trading mouses for chargers everywhere, because we have a central economy, and everything is all. It is in a way a single point of failure, and they need to control this. They need to take stuff out, put stuff in, and stuff in this case being euros, dollars, whatever, to make sure that everything works. And is it failing in a way? Yes, it is. And they are seeing the shortcomings, and they're seeing the shortfalls, and they're trying to fix it. But everything is slow, and there's too many people with too many egos, only looking out for themselves, and that's why the greater good might be suffering right now. And CBDCs could potentially fix this if done well. I mean, nobody has anything to gain by knowing if you buy or watch porn, or if you buy Coke, or how many beer you buy, or how many diapers you don't buy, or if you buy whatever. No one cares. And that just needs to sink in with people, right? It's not about you. You're insignificant. You're irrelevant. Agent Smith said it best. Just watch The Matrix and you'll know. So let it go. Let it go.
Yeah, let it go, Jarno.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah,
no,
you're right. It's like every
with you.
5 episodes they just get under my skin. People
Yeah.
are such fucking idiots.
Okay. What we kind of missed, I think we'll also have to kind of start cutting it short, because I want to really grant you your holiday. There have been some other
I'm hungry,
interesting
dude.
points, and there are some agenda points for the next episode, I guess. Let's get back. Apparently, the Digital Pound Foundation joins the Hyperledger Foundation, which is
Yeah, but Gilbert got fired, didn't they?
Yeah, but apparently they're moving together, so that's nice.
Okay.
There's some more, some panels, quotes.
Gilbert didn't re-up for the Digital Pound Foundation. No.
Yeah.
What didn't they? Hyperledger.
Yeah.
There was something that they didn't pay for their membership.
Yeah. Well, I honestly don't really care.
I believe that was Hyperledger. I believe they didn't pay for Hyperledger, and then Gilbert left as a director for the Digital Pound, and now Hyperledger and the Digital Pound are partnering up.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Okay,
moving on.
There was some panel, and people spoke and said things, and Quant tweeted about it. There's some more.
Spoke. Hub spoke. Circle. Center.
There's some more tweets and tokenization. Now we have
rabbit hole, bro.
Yeah, apparently something happened with Oracle, and they are now listed in the catalog as a partner network member.
Oh yeah, that was also a thing, right? Quant was allegedly taken down as a partner from Oracle, or was that just in one of our back rooms?
We were all going down.
Yeah,
then,
we're going
I think
down.
I'm
yelling timber.
Yeah. Then there's this thing from Hungarian Horntail. He has done kind of a tweet storm. I think that's something we'll put on the agenda for the next show, because I think it's a nice little tweet storm that we shouldn't butcher in like 2 minutes time now. And there were many tweets on CDAM and panels and tokenization, and
there's a couple of things
so much going on.
you need to do. You need to go join the Quant Library. That's one. You need to go join the Council of Quamf. And you need to go join Counchill, so you can discuss what is being discussed in, or what is posted in Counchill. Counchill, last couple of weeks, it's been absolute fire. They are truly digging up stuff left and right. And yes, there's a bunch of speculation, but a lot of it is super relevant. And if you want the TLDR, just check in on Quant Library every other day. I believe Quantity is running that. So give him some props if you see him anywhere.
Yeah.
And if you do that, you don't have to watch the Quamfy Show anymore.
Yeah, but this is more fun. It's,
Yeah, this is more fun.
so,
meanwhile, leave a like.
Yeah.
Leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know where you want to go live when you retire, when Quant pumps in H2. After you cashed out, took your profits this time, because
I
you're
love
not
it
a
that we're
degenerate
back to
gambler
the-
like us, hoping for more uptime.
We're back to the 2021 discussions.
Yeah.
Where are we gonna live? Okay.
Yeah, man.
Let us know. And yeah, we'll see you in a week. I know in 2 weeks in English, and then a week's time in Dutch. And yeah, well, I'm just gonna let Jarno enjoy his holiday. I think he deserves it. It's getting dark out there. I see him slowly fading away.
Yeah, fading away, and it's time for food. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching, for listening. We love you very much. Stay Quamfy.
Stay
and we'll
Quamfy.
see you in 2 weeks.
Absolutely. Cheers.
Cheers.